Alright, here we are. We are Play It Again Reviews, and we are here to bring you our review of the Season 4 finale of Game of Thrones titled
The Children.
My name's Eric.
And I'm Josh.
So here we are again, that equally depressing point at the end of Game of Thrones where we inevitably have to wait an entire year to see this show again.
Our watch begins right now.
It begins again, but we had a lot of surprising things happen this episode, even though the book might have had something different to say about it. So who got the axe this episode?
There is a couple people who got the axe.
We got Jojen Reed, death by a zombie skeleton.
Yes. Well, it's kind of surprising. He wasn't even aware he was dying.
Not only did he get stabbed he got stabbed a whole bunch. Then his sister Mira ended up
ending his misery,
ending him of his pain. And then the one of the children of light, who we'll talk about in detail later, threw a magic bomb at him so he doesn't turn into a White Walker. And his body just explodes everywhere.
Good thing she didn't turn around to see that.
Yeah,
she would have been pretty upset at that.
That would have been worse than killing him.
Yeah,
seeing him
just desecrating his body. I don't think she would have gone for that.
Yeah, see, that's kind of weird. Because when we run into Bran, Mira, and Jojen and Hodor end up stumbling upon a cave because they finally found where the three-eyed raven was.
Yeah.
This giant kind of tree-like area. And they go inside and they find this guy who's pretty much strapped to a tree. So
is he a part of the tree?
Yeah, is he? I know.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird. He seems like a tree person right now. Maybe he's just resting and he'll crawl out of this tree.
Right. And that was funny because he was like, "Yeah, Jojen knew this whole time that he would die." And I was like, I bet if you told him that he would explode into a bunch of pieces, he would have just stayed at home.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Could he communicate with him though? Because why did he sound maybe you could avoid dying?
Maybe he was showing him the visions of how to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking that's
if he could be a little bit more specific, they could have avoided the whole situation.
Yeah, if he was like, "Oh, zombies are gonna come out of the ground. Make sure y'all practice and are well armed."
It's right at the end.
I will tell you this though, it took Mira a long time to kill her zombie. Jojen and Mira were fighting one at the same time, and Hodor had 6 on his back.
Yeah, this girl was hammering him in the face. He was like, "Stop! I don't know what to do."
No, oh my god, no. But this episode was really good. We said goodbye to Jojen. We said goodbye to
the Hound.
Maybe the Hound. He looked like he was dead or he was dying.
Unless there's a maester behind the rock, I don't think he stands better.
The Mountain is not in very good shape. We found out that Oberyn's spear was poisoned, of course, surprising no one.
Yeah.
So an interesting point there is that Maester Luwin, that's not Maester Luwin. I can't remember what this guy's name is.
The Lannisters Maester.
It's the same Maester that ended up sort of healing Jaime's nub when it got cut the first time and it was getting infected. This same Maester is treating the Mountain, and when Grand Maester Pycelle was advising Cersei against using these sort of dark tactics, Cersei was just like, "Do it."
Yeah. Just got use for him.
Just come on. So clearly, this Maester is up to some diabolical stuff with Sir Gregor, and he noticed specifically that he'll change if I do what I do. And Cersei's like,
yeah.
Well, can he fight?
It's like, will he be weak? No.
No, I'll be okay. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. So that was funny and dark and really creepy at the same time. And then almost straight from there, we go into Cersei speaking with Tywin. That scene, very, very powerful scene.
She finally stands up to her dad.
She's been
taking the beatings her whole life. And this time she's like, the rumors were true all the time. How can you not know?
Right.
She doesn't want to believe.
Yep, she finally tells her father that she and Jaime, all the rumors about them doing the do have been correct. And he denies it at first, but Cersei just stands up to him. And it's a very powerful scene, very great acting by Lena Headey and Charles Dance, respectively. I really did enjoy that scene because we got Cersei to not have the bitch face. Finally, she smiled once. She smiled, I think, 3 times this season, and she used 2 of them during season 1. So She only had one left, and she saved it for this special occasion. Great acting by the both of them, and then of course she proceeds to Jamie right after that, and they do what they know to do and start banging on top of the table.
They do best.
That's what they do. But we got an update on John and the rest of the Night's Watch.
Ooh, exciting stuff.
Yeah, the last time we saw John, he was walking right out into Mance Raider's camp.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to tell him a little bit more what happened when he finally meets up with Mance?
Yeah, so John's doing this, you're like, I don't think it's a good idea, John. And John himself is like, I know it's not a good idea, I'm going to do it anyways. Like, alright, see you later.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to be dead. And so he goes off attempting to kill him.
Yep.
And that plan is found out very quickly. As John's just eyeing sharp objects to kill him with.
Oh, dude, he was like looking at everything in the room, like, is he gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Like, can I get
is that
some
poison?
first?
Can I drink this?
Yeah.
And like, alright, first of all, John, you know that white stuff he's pouring into a glass is not wine.
Right.
He's like, this wasn't wine.
It looked like the milk of the poppy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a true northern drink. A true northern drink.
Just to show that John still knows nothing.
He doesn't. Yeah, John, when he met Mance Raider, I actually still think that was a huge miscast in terms of the actor, but I will say he did a great job of conveying that Mance doesn't want to fight. All he wants is for him and the Wildlings to get to the other side of the wall, because if they don't, the White Walkers, who's like the true enemy of the entire series that no one's paying attention to, will kill them if they don't move south of the wall.
Right.
So we have a problem.
He's actually a good leader. He cares about his people. He doesn't want to fight. He says he meant it when he said there's been too much bloodshed with his people.
Yeah, like Mance he's a great character. He's the only person in history that's been able to unite all the Wildling clans, and it's for a reason. He can sully their trust. He can bring them together and so forth. But as soon as they were getting something together, what happens?
Oh my gosh! So Stannis.
The Manus!
Actually shows up, like, out of nowhere. So
Stannis and Davos.
Last time you see them,
Ooh.
they were at the bank, like, struggling, like, we really need some money. And Davos gave the best, hype man speech ever.
He better be, like, the best man at whatever kind of thing they ever do.
Yeah.
The bromance there is just strong. And
oh, yeah.
It's good. And we got to see some, like, fantastic camera work that just showed off, like,
the
Stannis' pretty new army. It was just like, oh, look what Stannis did with his money. Oh, wait, there's more on this side. Look what else he did with his money. Every man had a horse, and they just ran into the forest and just destroyed all the Wildlings there, except Mance and a couple of his guys and John.
Yeah.
So Stannis goes right up to him, and he's typical stubborn, hard-headed, just like, I am the king. Kneel or be dead.
And at this point, like, I was completely flabbergasted that Stannis was there. It was like, how did he get there? Like, is this really happening? I didn't believe that Stannis was really there.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big jump in the story.
Yep.
It was really cool to see that Stannis is doing something.
Yeah,
he's
finally.
a real character.
Yeah. I was really hoping that they were going to use that moment during the last episode, because it would just be perfect to have them come to the rescue, because this is a show where no one really comes to the rescue. The last significant moment I remember when someone came to the rescue was when Tywin came to King's Landing and just destroyed Stannis' army.
Yeah.
And finally we get to see Stannis, fight back. He's making his comeback, and he destroys the Wildlings, and now they're at Castle Black with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it gets a little bit sad, because Jon has to burns Pip and Grin, and then he goes off and burns Ygritte off, off by himself. And it's a very sad scene to see her go, because she was very charismatic. The scenes with her and Jon in season 3 were outstanding. The second she got to the show, I believe she's been one of the highlights. So it was sad to see her go.
Yeah.
Again, and then
Arya.
Yeah, Arya.
She met up with
Brienne of
yes.
Tarth.
And then Brienne realizes when she's talking to Arya who she is. She says, I swore to
How does she know who
I'd
she
bring her
is?
back. Because Pod told her. Didn't he? Or
No,
did she recognize it?
Pod told her that was the Hound.
Yeah.
And I think she might have just heard rumors that the Hound was with Arya. But the interesting thing about this is that this is a moment that does not happen in the books at all. Brienne never runs into the Hound. She never runs into Arya. She does. Everyone in the books at this point thinks Arya is dead and just gone. She is looking for Sansa, and then this is what happens in the show, I guess. So Brienne,
Well, she's in real trouble then. If the Hound did not die in the books, she basically just robbed him and left him to die.
yeah, in the books that's pretty much what happens.
Okay.
Someone else ends up attacking the Hound, and it's actually in the books what happens is that bite that he got on his neck from the dude earlier
Yeah.
festers and it starts to kill him.
Okay.
So she just kind of has to leave him there below a tree. But we got a really brutal fight scene between the Hound and Brienne, and they were really taking it to each other. Brienne at the end ended up knocking him off a cliff, but he kicked her in the vagina. Let's just throw that out there.
She did not like it either. She was in
No, he kicked her so hard in the vagina.
pain. She almost lost the battle because of that.
Yeah, but then did she hit him in the balls first or after that?
That was afterwards.
It was afterwards.
She's like, well, I can hit you harder, and it's gonna hurt more.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and Arya leaves the Hound and ends up finding a ship, like a dock somewhere nearby, and she flashes the captain the coin that Jack and Akar gave her in Valar Morghulis. Is that how you say it? And then he replied with something really cool.
Yeah.
So now she's off to Bravos, and that pretty much ends her storyline
Mhm.
at this point in the season.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The dragons with.
Dude, I am so tired of stuff going on with Dany and Marine.
Yeah.
Like the most interesting thing that happened over there was Jorah getting found out
Mhm.
and then being banished. Actually, you know what happened this time? They finally showed the very sad man and his daughter that was burned to a crisp by Drogon. Drogon just off screen flies up and just burns this guy's 3-year-old daughter to death. And he comes into Dany in her chambers, in the council chambers, and shows her the charred bones of her daughter. And then Dany has to she finally says that we have to do something with the dragons.
Yeah, because they've just been roaming free all the time up to now.
Very irresponsible, actually.
Yeah.
So the other two dragons, I think, are Viserion and Rhaegar, something like that. She ends up putting them in the catacombs, similar in the
They really don't
books.
talk about their names very much in the show.
In the books, they mention them very often.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember at the moment. But see, the thing is, they've locked those two away, and the only one causing problems is Drogon, who's just still out there.
Yeah.
He cannot be controlled.
Uh-oh. He's down.
Talk!
Man down. So, we're going to have to go find this dragon eventually, probably the next season. It's going to
Yeah.
be the big thing to come out.
There's a big thing that's going on. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. Also, the big moment that I think everyone was looking forward to is Tyrion going to live or is Tyrion going to die? At least for the people who are strictly going by the show.
Yeah.
That's been the huge thing building up since Joffrey died in episode 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing that's been getting built up to, and we get a really, really great scene with Jaime coming to his rescue. I think that's what everyone thought was going to happen. I know you mentioned that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that he visited him all the time in prison. They're really good brothers, and he's done a lot for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about time Jaime did something.
Right.
And he did, and it went against his father's wishes, and one up his father.
Yep.
And well, I kind of
The father
escalated.
It's ironic. Well, this is gonna be a kind of a punny thing to do, but Tywin got shat on this entire episode by all his
yeah, he
kids.
did.
What's really interesting is that I was starting to rewatch season 1, and Jaime is just a completely different character than when he was there. He was just very, very cocky, very, very sure of himself. But since he lost his hand, he's kind of lost that confidence that his sword fighting ability gave him, and he cares for his brother as much as he did in season 1, which was it was enough for him to run away from King's Landing. He's a Kingsguard sworn to defend the king,
Yeah.
and he leaves because Tyrion got captured by Catelyn Stark. So it's good to see Jaime in good form here, and that leads Tyrion to do some really crazy stuff.
Yeah, now the Lannisters are in really bad shape right now. They lost the leader of the family, although he was a very evil person.
Well, we haven't told them. We haven't told them what happened to Tywin
Okay,
yet.
yeah, so we're leading up to after
Jamie lets
released
Tyrion go,
Tyrion, yeah.
but he tells Tyrion where to go, and he doesn't go that way.
No.
Instead, he goes through this passage that he knew of when he was the Hand of the King in Season 2. And he ends up in the Hand's castle where he finds...
Shay in bed, naked, in his dad's room.
Right.
Oops. Oh, God.
So now, cat's out of the bag. Shay's been with Tywin, maybe for a while, maybe for a little bit. But... she looked really passed out. I'm pretty sure Tywin,
he
didn't
rocks
work.
her world.
He did something because she looked like she couldn't really move that well. which might prove to be true because Tyrion finishes her off pretty effortless. There's a brief scuffle, but Tyrion ends up choking her to death, probably with one of those necklaces and the jewelry that he bought her.
Yeah.
When she came to King's Landing. And, let's see. So after that, he goes...
the crossbow.
I wonder if that's the same crossbow that...
I think it was Joffrey's.
The Joffrey
The
was
same elaborate design was on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And then he finds Tyrion taking a dump.
And his dad's trying to weasel his way out as usual. He's like, let's go back to my room and talk about this.
He says the word whore too many times, and then Tyrion just shoots him twice.
Yeah, every time he says whore.
Yep, so Tywin said he...
It's just like in, what was that movie? Say what again?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
Come
Fiction.
on.
Pulp Fiction.
Say whore again. And he did, so he's dead now.
Yeah.
So we'll see maybe next season if the Lannisters really shit gold when they die, or ever, or at all. Yeah. So from that scene, Varys puts Tyrion in a box and they get on a boat and they say farewell to King's Landing. And in that shot, King's Landing looks just like Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
It looked just like Hogwarts.
You know what I love that scene too, when he finally puts the last crossbow bolt into his father. The song for their family plays.
Oh, the Lannister theme song?
The Reigns of Castamere.
Castamere?
Reigns of Castamere.
Also known as the Red Wedding song.
Yes.
R.I.P. everyone important that died in that scene.
Just to show their family motto again, the Lannisters always repay their debts.
Mm-hmm.
And it finally happened to him.
Right.
Came right back around to the father.
Yep. So we spoke a lot of things just now about the episode. I thought it was very good overall.
It was amazing.
What things are you I've read the books already, of course, and you've primarily just watched the show.
Right.
What kind of things are you looking forward to next season?
Well, there's the Lannisters, as I was saying before, are in a lot of trouble right now because they are in a lot of debt. Their
That's right.
gold mines are dried up, and their father was organizing everything and keeping everyone together, and that's gone. So now they don't have anyone to lead their family, and Jaime doesn't care about anything. He only cares about getting that booty.
And not only the family, he was controlling their whole realm.
Yes.
He was the hand of the king, and the king is the child.
Yeah.
So now who's going to be the hand?
If you go back to Jaime, or they could also call...
Jaime can't be the hand because he's a part of the King's Guard.
Who is left in the town? They could always call back old...
They can call back people, they can do that.
Call who?
People back who are not there.
Okay.
Like Eddard Stark. They went all the way up to the north to grab him to be the hand. So it could be anyone.
They could call back the Littlefinger.
No.
You don't think they would call back Littlefinger?
They don't.
Ooh,
I already know.
Okay. Man.
Yeah.
There's
a lot. It's going to be pretty terrible. Personally, I'm looking forward to what happens, seeing what kind of stuff Bran starts doing. Hope we get like a Rocky type training montage with Bran. Except his legs can't work.
You start throwing little fireballs everywhere, so it'd be awesome.
That would be cool. Looking forward to the Greyjoys making a comeback. Theon's been he's been torn down to his the core concepts. Like even below that, he's just been broken overall. And hopefully we'll see some good things happen with Theon again because I finally reached my limit with him. I'm like, okay, he doesn't deserve any of this.
Yeah.
Like he did some really terrible things, and I think was it season 2 or early season 3, and now I'm like, okay, he served his time. It's time to see him get back to who he was.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to a lot of the Greyjoy stuff. Of course, the Lannisters being in disarray, I love. Not really looking forward to the more Dany stuff. I really wish that she would do more things.
Yeah. She's just gotta grow up. It's
right.
It's gonna show.
But knowing what happens in the books, there's a ton of stuff for Dany coming up in Marine soon.
Okay. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, was she saved everyone? And when she was in that city,
Hmm.
She captured the city. It's been kind of like, not very great.
Yeah, a lot of things should happen according to the book, but they'll probably gloss over some of those details. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm really excited for Stannis now because he's gonna.
Because he is the man. Yes.
And then is he gonna work with the Greyjoys to take back the North?
Well, he won't work with the Greyjoys because in Robert's Rebellion, he destroyed the Greyjoys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
That's right.
tore them up in the battle during Robert's Rebellion. So there's no way he's working with the Greyjoys.
Mm-hmm. And then Dorne is going to be pretty
Yes, the Sand Snakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny, though, because since Oberyn died, and he pretty much outed Tywin as the one who, raped and murdered his sister, or called the Order to do so, Dorne has Myrcella, the queen's daughter,
Yeah.
in Dorne. So they have, some leverage now. So that should...
Alright, so Eric, what are your final thoughts on the episode?
Well, my final thoughts on the season overall were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The most poignant moments to me were the death of Joffrey, Tyrion's trial itself, and then Oberyn dying, as well as the fight on the wall. Those were the biggest moments to me, and I thought they were executed perfectly, especially Joffrey's death.
Yeah.
I don't actually ever want to think about Oberyn's death ever again. So,
brutal.
I mean, by the time that happened, I'm still recovering over both the Red Wedding and Ned Stark. So, it's been a tough 3 years for Game of Thrones fans. Fans of the books, just for seeing those terrible things come to life. But the show is fantastic. I can't wait for another year to go by. Hopefully George R. R. Martin will write that book so I can read it and my friends can read it. So now we have more things to talk about.
He gave a release date. It's coming up for release date. Is that what it was? The release date for the release date?
Yeah, we're like, oh, it's like the trailer for the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's a 15-minute snippet for the trailer. Just post the trailer.
Yeah.
Just post the trailer.
Give us the book, George R. R. Martin.
Yes, please.
Please.
Or we will find you. We have a particular set of skills that will make us a nightmare for people like you. So we'll see.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode. I felt it really helped bring some closure to things going on and give us a lot of things to look forward to, too. I really enjoy the development of some of the characters, especially Stannis. He is my boy now. I'm all for him and root for him as he goes.
Stannis is such a dick. I don't like him, but I will respect something.
He is, but he's kind of like one of those friends. He's a dick, but he delivers.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he's still got that loyalty, and he's very lawful, and he'll always be a friend even though he's a dick. You can always count on him. I can count on Stannis to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's how the whole Realm season, when during Robert's Rebellion, he was like, go do this, and he did it.
Yeah.
And he delivered, so.
Mm-hmm. So I'm counting on him to bring some pretty cool things to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, pretty good season overall. My heart was broken so many times. Season. It was pretty hard.
Yeah.
But worth it.
Damn you, Oberyn, and your 15 angles with your spear. He was too cocky.
I mean, you would be cocky too.
I mean, if I could do that,
yeah.
I could do that and do gymnastics while I fight, I can't wait till the season 4 Blu-ray comes out just so I can see the behind the scenes of Oberyn just training and stuff like that.
So good.
Mm-hmm. But that was our season 4 Game of Thrones The Children review. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys soon for the How to Train Your Dragon 2 review.
See you then.
Right, guys, see you soon.
Bye.
Whoa. I'm so tired. Oh, good. We actually hit record.